In every Pokémon game, there are 8 gym leaders that you need to battle, 16 in Generation 2. But these gym leaders can have a variety of difficulty or challenge. The gyms themselves can be either straightforward or really complex. Today I've compiled a list of what I feel are the 10 most annoying gym leaders in the entire Pokémon franchise. These are only my opinions, but I think that I've got a pretty solid case for each one. They were decided by a combination of either the gyms themselves being annoying or the gym leaders' Pokemon or strategies being annoying. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the list. Coming in at number 10 is Lieutenant Surge, the electric gym leader from Generation 1. Mainly, who thought that this gym was a good idea? The basic concept is that there's 15 bins. You've got to click on them to find the electrical switches underneath them. You've got to choose both of them together or the entire thing resets. There are 15 bins, so you've got a 1 in 15 chance at first. Then once you choose the right one, the next one is one of the 4 adjacent bins, so you've got another 25% chance. This can literally take 45 minutes just to beat it. I know, because that's happened to me. It's complete luck. It doesn't make any sense for the electric gym. The only reason he's not higher on my list is because he was nice enough to place his electric gym right next to Diglett's cave, so the battle itself is ridiculously easy if you decided to pick one up. If he hadn't have done this, then, well, this gym would probably be a lot higher on my list, but it stands at number 10 for this reason. Coming in one step up at number 9 is Fantina, the Generation 4 Ghost type leader. This is definitely one of the worst gyms in the Pokemon series, just because the gym has math puzzles in it. Why did they include those? No one wants to play math while playing Pokemon. You don't play math, you do math. You don't do Pokemon, you play it. It's a video game. If you actually want to battle any trainers to, train for this leader, then you've actually got to make the game think you're a moron by getting simple maths questions wrong. Like, simple addition like 13 plus 7. If you want to battle a trainer, you've got to say it's 30, because otherwise you're not getting any training done. Once you actually get to the gym leader, she's pretty annoying as well. I mean, Drifblim has a ton of HP, and if you actually do manage to kill it, then Aftermath is enough to finish off any Pokemon unlucky enough to be facing it. Gengar has a lot of power and it's really quick. And Miss Magus causes a huge number of problems with Shadow Ball. Her team is slightly easier in Platinum because her Drifblim is replaced with Duskull, but since you face her much earlier on, there's even less time to find a decent counter to her team. Who thought of facing a ghost-type gym leader third thing in the game? You hardly have any time at all to get ready for it. Overall, it's a very bad gym and a very annoying battle, so it's worthy of this top 10 list. Coming in at number 8 is Lenora, the Generation 5 normal-type gym leader. She's the second gym leader, and she's the normal type. How annoying could this possibly be? The answer? Very annoying indeed. A gym leader is rarely annoying enough without an annoying gym to go with it. And Lenora certainly doesn't disappoint on this front. She forces you to look around tons of bookshelves for the right book based on vague clues given by trainers or the books that you find. Eventually you figure it out, but it's really annoying nonetheless, and it just involves you walking around just clicking on things. It's no better than Lieutenant Surge's gym really, it's just less luck based. When you actually battle her, she's still extremely annoying. She leads out of a Herdia who's so impossibly fast it must be using hacks, and Bite and Takedown make short work of almost any Pokemon you throw at it unless they're very over leveled. If you do manage to defeat that, then her Watchog will lead in straight in with Retaliate, a 140 power move if used on the turn following that of defeating Herdia, effectively guaranteeing the elimination of one Pokemon from your team. Watchog also has Hypnosis just to make the battle that bit more annoying, and Crunch as a replacement for Bite shows that you should never underestimate normal type gym leaders, and that's why she's number 8 on this list. Number 7 is Candice, the Generation 4 Ice type leader. If you thought that Generation 2 Price's Ice Gym was bad, wait until you see the Snowpoint City Gym. This ridiculous ice puzzle involves sliding around for ages, bumping into things, trying to go up ramps, trying to break through snowballs, trying to figure out eventually where you're supposed to be going. It takes a very long time, it's very confusing, I don't know why it's quite designed the way it is. But once you get to her, she has extremely bulky Pokemon that are very difficult to take down, especially in Platinum. Piloswine and Abominus Snow can set up Hail, and they use this strategy to basically just to stall your team out and make you take some serious damage over time with their bulkiness. Piloswine will mess up any fire types you decide to bring along in the foolish belief that a fire type will save you from this ice type gym with his Earthquake and Stone Edge combo. Sneasel can KO your fighting types in one move if you're not careful with his aerial ace, and Froslass has Double Team, which combined to its Snow Cloak ability to hugely increase evasion while having fantastic coverage of Shadow Ball, Psychic and a 100% accuracy Blizzard in Hail. Overall, the combination of a ridiculously annoying puzzle-based ice slidey gym and bulky Pokemon stall your team out with Hail is enough to get Candace on number 7 of my top 10 annoying gym leaders list. The number 6 position is held by Koga, the Generation 1 Poison leader. Before you get to this gym leader, you have to find your way around the invisible maze, which isn't really invisible at all because there are dotted lines that show where the walls are, which is actually a very good thing, because if that wasn't the case, then it'd be pretty much impossible to do, right? You can't just wander around not being able to see where you're going. However, it might as well not be the case because the original version was on such a small screen and the colours merged together, so you couldn't see the invisible walls anyway. Once you do eventually get there, I hope you're ready for one of the most frustrating Pokemon battles in the entire series. In the Generation 1 remakes, he begins with Coughings that both know self-destruct, so you better have a quick Pokemon that can one-hit KO them, or you'll take some serious damage. That's not even getting started though. Muck's combination of Minimized and Acid Armor means you're not going to hit him, and even if you do, it's not going to do anything if it's a physical move. Did I mention that all of Koga's Pokemon know Toxic? All of them. He's even worse in Heart Gold Soul Silver, although he is an Elite Four member there, because the addition of a Crobat to his team that spans Double Team, completely stalling your team out with Toxic, and a Fortress that knows Protect for additional annoyance, as well as Explosion, of course, when it looks like you might actually defeat the thing. All of this places Koga well up on my list of top 10 most annoying gym leaders. Probably the only reason he's not a bit higher is because he's actually a ninja, and I'm afraid he might kill me if I say too many bad things about him. Love you, Koga. Coming in at number 5 is Elisa, the Generation 5 Electric-type gym leader. This leader probably has the greatest spam combo in the history of Pokemon gym leaders, with the double Emolga combination. They double team you so you can't hit them at all, and if you do manage to hit them, then commence Volt Switch spam. These two Emolga are going to constantly Volt Switch between the two, not letting you get a word in edgeways. This leader is especially annoying for basically teasing you by putting her electric gym next to a desert with loads of ground types, and you're thinking, hey, it's just like Lieutenant Surge, like he doesn't understand, so you're not supposed to put your weakness right next to your gym. But it turns out that she's going to launch Pokemon to immune to ground types at you. As well as this, Flame Charge Blitzer always catches me out. It's going to catch anybody out who thinks that Magnemite might be a viable solution to this gym, since it might be able to kill the Emolga, but this is going to Volt Switch into Blitzer and that's going to stomp you down. At least the music in her gym is cool, even though I can't say I'm that keen on her fashion sense, especially considering she's supposed to be a model. All in all, I think the Volt Switch spam is enough on its own to allow Elisa into the top 5 on my most annoying gym leaders list. Another electric type gym leader at number 4, it's Watson, Generation 3 electric type gym leader. Magneton, that's the main reason why this is here and everybody knows it. This thing has hardly any weaknesses. In fact, Makahita and Geodude are literally all there is to counter this prior to the gym, not including Marshtomp if you didn't choose him, which really doesn't give you much choice at all. There's not anything nearby that can kill his team. If you chose Trico and missed out on Makahita earlier on, you're pretty much screwed. Nuzlocke runners beware, especially with the self-destruct Voltorb who's ready to blast off the face of anybody who dares get him to low HP. To top it all off, he believes that laughter's the best medicine, so he makes sure he laughs in your face while he's killing all your Pokemon. A gym leader with a Pokemon that's almost impossible to defeat, and he laughs at you while he's doing it? The only way that this could be topped off is if he sent you on some annoying quest to go on or something outside the gym. Oh wait, oh he does do that. He makes you go straight to the power plant as soon as you meet him. You have to go all the way into this dangerous plant and press this button for him. I don't know why he couldn't have done it himself. But all of that combined means that Watson is definitely almost in the top 3 of my most annoying gym leaders list. We're finally reaching the top 3, and that position is held by Morty, the Generation 2 Ghost-type gym leader. When you walk in, you'll notice that his gym has no floor. Vague hints about walk towards the trainers are given to you, but this isn't specific enough. I was very confused about this gym as a child, and I know that other people were as well. Make a wrong step and boom, straight back to the beginning for you. Most of the time, I didn't even get off the first little bit of the floor. I couldn't figure out where I was supposed to be going. Another thing that makes this gym annoying is all the trainers used Ghastly or Haunter. I know that Generation 2 only had one ghost type trio, but seriously, there's no variety here. All the trainers, they either have one Haunter or they have like 3 Ghastlies. It's just so boring. Morty himself actually adds a Gengar to his team, but before you can be thankful for the variety, he hypnotizes your whole squad and dream eats them to death. Croconaw couldn't learn Bite by this point for those lucky enough to have chosen Totodile, but that's about the only dark type move that a Pokemon could have learned by this point of the game. Therefore, it's even more difficult if you chose Chikorita or Cyndaquil. Did I mention that every Pokemon on Morty's team can inflict status conditions? Every single one. It's even more difficult in the remakes because all his Pokemon have Levitate, making ground types completely useless. A confusing gym with boring trainers and a leader with an over-reliance on a cheap combo and status elements make this one of the most infuriating battles in the entire series. Morty is well deserving of this number 3 position. Everyone who clicked on this video knew this gym leader was going to appear sooner or later. At number 2 is Whitney, the Generation 2 normal type gym leader. You'll know why this is on the list, but before we get to the Miltank, it's worth remembering that Whitney's Clefairy was annoying too. Minimise and Sing combination makes it a very difficult Pokemon to defeat unless you can take it down quickly, and it's not particularly powerful, but Metronome can end badly if you're unlucky. I remember falling victim to an Aero Blast by that Clefairy once, which basically put me in an unwinnable position before I even got to the Miltank. Now, let's get on to the main part of the story here. Miltank is brilliantly designed, I can't deny that. There's no doubt that Nintendo was trying to make the most annoying Pokemon they could possibly do, and I can't think of another Pokemon that's quite as infuriating as Whitney's Miltank. To start with, it knows Attract, which severely cuts the chances of any male Pokemon actually hitting this thing in the first place. Rollout, well, once it pulls a couple of these off, say goodbye to your badge because this thing will sweep your entire team with its amazing never miss powers again and again and again. Milk Drink is there just in case you actually manage to damage it, so if you do, it's just going to heal it all off, it's fine. The only way I can imagine you can easily defeat this is with a female Onix or maybe a female Machop. That's enough, really, to put it well up on my list, but I think it's also worth remembering that Whitney doesn't even give you the gym badge immediately after beating her. You have to talk to her again. I remember the first time I beat the gym leader, I was extremely confused. I was trying to get the squirt bottle off the woman next door and she wasn't giving it to me because apparently I didn't have the gym badge. You have to go back and talk to her again. Why would they design this? You have to do that. Like, everyone knows you get the gym badge after beating a leader. As well as she just cries like a baby as if you just punched a child instead of beating a really difficult gym leader. It just makes you feel really bad about the whole thing. Although her gym is shaped like a giant Clefairy, which is pretty cool. It's probably the only thing that stopped her from getting the top spot. And the number 1 most annoying gym leader of all time is Sabrina, the Generation 1 Psychic type leader. Warp panels everywhere. Who knows where you're supposed to go? There are no hints as to what goes where, and you'll probably find yourself going in circles. It doesn't take quite as long as Lieutenant Surge's gym to find the leader, but I do remember spending in excess of 15 minutes just walking on panels trying to find her, just wondering, like, is there actually a gym leader at the end of this? The rooms just seem to go on and on. And if you lose, which you probably will the first time around, you've got to do it all again. At least Surge kept his electric gates open after you beat the puzzle. The sound effect for the warp tiles is also extremely annoying. It's got to hear whoop, whoop, just constantly, and most players probably would have been tired of them already coming out of the Sylph Co building without wanting another huge section of them in the local gym. If you do eventually manage to find her, her team is ridiculously difficult to beat. It's worth remembering that the special stats in Generation 1 made up the special attack and special defense of Pokemon, so all psychic types were naturally very powerful in this generation since they had a high special stat. As well as this, most bug types are part poison, so they were no use. The dark type, which is the main counter to psychics, didn't even exist yet. There's only one ghost type trio in this entire game, and one ghost type move they can use that doesn't do a fixed amount of damage, which is Lick. Alakazam was also ridiculously fast, allowing for easy sweeping of your entire team if you weren't careful. Then Pokemon Yellow, she was worse than ever. Her entire team was level 50 and used Flash to lower your accuracy just to add a little bit more annoyance. All in all, one of the most difficult gym battles combined with one of the most annoying gyms is what makes, in my opinion, the most annoying gym leader of all time. Congratulations, Sabrina. If you disagree or have any other comments to make, I'm always reading the comments section. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Why not subscribe for more stuff like this in the future? Goodbye.